Good morning, children. Welcome to the online class. Social Science 9th Standard. Civics part. We are revising. We revised the first chapter. Started the second lesson revision. Some more we have to revise. That is the 2 mark question and the detailed questions. I am going to revise now. The last 2 mark question, that is, what is a pressure group? What is a pressure group? That is page number 249 under the heading pressure groups, second line onwards, that first para. A pressure group is a group of people who are organized actively for promoting and defending their common interest. It is so called as attempt to bring a change in the public policy of exerting pressure on the government. What is pressure group? Pressure group is a group of people. That one group of people giving pressure to the government. They are organized actively. Why they are organized actively? That is, they are organized actively for promoting and defending their common interest. For common interest, they want to get so that they are demanding the government, forcing the government, giving the pressure to the government. That is promoting and defending their common interest, common people's interest. They are fighting for the common people's interest. It is so called as the attempt to bring a change. By giving the pressure to the government, they bring change in the society. Bring change in the society. The public policy, they make change by giving pressure to the government. This is pressure group. The pressure group is a group of people organized actively. They are some members actively take part promoting their interest policy, promote the policy, their interest by making change in the society. They are pressure groups. Next, answer in detail. First question, discuss merits and demerits of direct elections. There are two types of elections, direct election and indirect election. Direct election, here we are going to see about the merits and demerits. Merits and demerits of direct election. That is page number 247. Already we have marked the merits. First point, as the voters elect the representative directly, direct elections are considered to be more democratic. People are electing their representatives. Since our country is a vast democratic country, direct election is impossible. Direct election is impossible. Direct election is there, but representatives are elected. People cannot take part directly in the government. Voters elect the representatives directly. Direct elections are considered to be the more democratic method of election. Second one, it educates people regarding the government activities and helps in choosing the appropriate candidates. It educates people regarding the government activities and helps choosing the appropriate candidates. When the election takes place, it educates the people how to vote, whom to vote. All that people are educated through this direct election. Then government activities, also people come to know what all the government activities are there, what all the ways we can take part in the government. All that they come to know through this direct election. They are choosing the appropriate, suitable candidates for at the time of election, right candidate. They can, through the election, they can choose the right candidate. Then the third point, it empowers people and makes the rulers accountable for their actions. Direct selection gives the power to the people and makes rulers accountable for their actions. The rulers are accountable to the people, rulers of the country, accountable to the people because they are directly elected by the people. They are the representatives of the people, so they are responsible to the to their actions. These are all some of the merits, some demerits. There are some demerits. Direct elections are very expensive. We have to spend so many crores of rupees at the time of general election. So many thousands of crores rupees the government has to spend. So it is an expensive one. Direct election is an expensive one. Illiterate rulers sometimes get misguided. Misguided by the politicians. Illiterates means they don't know to read or write or anything. They cheat. Politicians easily cheat these illiterates, misguiding false propaganda. By giving the false propaganda, they change the minds, and through the payments also. Through the payments also they will cheat the illiterate voters. And various sectarian considerations. Ensuring free and fair elections at every polling station is a major challenge to the Election Commission. There is an Election Commission to conduct free and fair election. Every polling station conducting free and fair election is a challenge to the Election Commission. Sometimes they fail to conduct the free and fair election all the polling stations. Some untoward incidents take place. Some untoward incidents take place in the polling stations, some of the polling stations. But the responsibility of the election commission is conducting free and fair election, but they cannot sometimes. There are instances of some political candidates influencing the voters through payments. Some voters are influenced by the payments. If they are by getting money from the politicians, they can change the minds. They can change the mind, and whom they wish they cannot vote, but people who gave the money for them, the people will vote. So that is influencing the voters through payments. Next, election campaigns sometimes results in violence, tension, law and order problems. Tension, violence, law and order problem takes place at the time of election campaign. Election campaign will be there before the polling. 1 month or 45 days. That time there will be untoward incidents takes place. It results violence, tension, law and order problems. These are all the merits and demerits of these direct elections. There are some merits and demerits of the direct elections. Then what are the functions of political parties? What are the functions of political parties? That is page number 249, functions of political parties heading. We have marked all the points. We marked. Elections are fought mainly among the candidates put up political parties. At the time of election, the political parties are put up for the they contest. Political parties contest in the election. Candidates are put up. Every party put up the candidates. They contest in the election. Then the second point, parties put forward their policies. Then election campaign will be there. That time the election manifesto, each and every party have the election manifesto. they will give so many promises among the people at the time of propaganda, election propaganda. That time they will give a promise to the people. Then the third point, parties play a decisive role in making laws for country. Formally, law are debated and passed in the legislature. The parties who won the election, that party played an important role in the making of laws. The parliament, the legislative assembly, they make laws to rule the country. Even recently, the agriculture law, 3 laws they passed, but the people protest against these laws. They are fighting against this law. They are demanding, the agriculture demanding withdraw the laws passed in the parliament. That is not safe for the farmers. That is why they are protesting against these laws. That laws passed in the parliament, they are forcing to withdraw these laws, because these laws are not favorable to the farmers. Then the next point, parties form and run the government. Political parties form and run the government. Which party won the election, that party will form the government, that party run the government. Time is there, 5-year time. One government is elected for 5-year term. Normally, those parties that lose the elections play the role of the opposition to the party or group of coalition parties. Which party gets majority seats in the parliament or legislative assembly, that party will form the government. Next to that ruling party, which party gets more seats, that party acts as opposition party. So, for example, now in the parliament, BJP is the ruling party and Congress is the opposition party, because BJP party won 2/3 majority and formed the government, but next to the BJP party, Congress party won majority seats, so that party acts as a opposition party. In the state assembly, the ADMK government, ADMK party formed the government. DMK, next to that, DMK act as opposition party. That 5-year going to get over, so the next assembly election going to take place by the month of May. Then parties shape public opinion. They raise and highlight issues of importance. Parties shape public opinion. They raise and highlight issues of importance. Parties give a shape to the public opinion, or the public says. For that, the government give the shape to the public. Public means people. People of the country, people of the state. They raise and highlight the issues and solve the issues, the problems. What are the problems put forward by the people? All the government, elected government has to solve the problem, issues of the people. Parties function as the useful link between people and the government machinery. Parties function as the useful link between people and the government machinery. This is a link. Political party is the link between the people and the government. Political party is the link between the people and the government. Political parties, through the party only important. Ruling party is powerful. Which party government rules, that party will be the ruling party. That party will be a powerful party in the state or the country. Next, these are all about the functions of the political parties. Next, third 5 mark, what are the functions of pressure groups in India? In India, first the pressure group started in USA. Even in our country, India also, there are many pressure groups are there. Many pressure groups are there. Then what are the functions? We are going to see. Then page number 250, right hand side, we have seen the first para. Pressure groups carry out a range of functions including representation, political participation, education, policy formulation and policy implementation. From that you have to mark. So many functions carried out by these pressure groups, including representation, political participation, education, policy formulation and policy implementation. These are all the functions of the pressure groups. Now it is explained one by one, that is political participation. The political participation, some of the political parties actively take part. Activities such as petitions, marches, demonstrations and other forms of political protest by these political participation. The pressure groups will do all these demonstrations. Then the education, it is pressure groups play an important role in the education field. Many pressure groups devote significant resource by carrying out research. Pressure groups involved in research, maintaining websites, commenting on government policy and using high-profile academics, scientists and even celebrities to get their views across, which they emphasize to cultivate the expert authority. All these functions are done by this pressure group in the education side. Then policy formulation. Many pressure groups are vital source of information and render advice to the government. Giving advice to the government, many pressure groups are giving the advice to the government and therefore they are regularly consulted in the process of policy formulation. These pressure groups regularly consulted in the process of policy formation of the government. Policy formulation. Policies are formulated by the government. In that the pressure groups are involved. They are regularly consulting the process of policy formulation. So these are all the details from this lesson. So I have revised all the answers from this topic. You have to study. I feel that you can easily study these answers, revise all these answers. Okay, thank you. We will continue the next class.